Okay, today I'm going to show how I apply the yellow spoke tape on my Olympic rim. The first thing I do is I put it in my truing stand so I can spin it. I'm going to use some green Scotch-Brite. You can use probably any Scotch-Brite. I cut it into a little piece like this. I set it down into the rim cavity and I spin the rim. This only takes a few seconds. I just want to cut a little bit of that anodized glaze off. And then I'm going to turn the Scotch-Brite to try to get it to sit on this little bench. And do the same thing on this side. Doesn't take much, just a few seconds. And then I'll spin it a little. Now I'm going to use, now I have to clean that residue off. I want to get all the grease residue. So I'm going to use a little piece of paper towel, fold it over, and some automotive brake clean. Just a little bit in the center of it. Then again, I put it right in that rim cavity. Spin the rim around. I use brake clean because it removes grease and grime quite easy. You can see the little bit of black anodizing that comes off. I get it on both sides. And it evaporates quite quick. And now I'm just going to use a dry piece of my paper and put it into here. Now sometimes the spoke holes will collect little pieces of paper, and I don't like that. What I'll do is I'll give it a spin, and I blow into it, and I rub it with my fingers just to try to get that white paper off. We let that dry for a few seconds, which it's pretty much dry. Now when I start the tape, I usually start at the decal all the time. I start at the weld between two spoke nipples. This is my yellow tape. I apply the tape, I try to center the tape into the rim. I'm going to pull this tape really hard, so I want to hold it with my fingers because the adhesive won't hold it. Now you can't over pull it. I'm probably pulling at least 100 pounds. You can hear the tape crackling. Now I hold my thumb in here and I press this in with my fingers, especially on the end. Now I'll start, and now you can hear it popping there. I'm just guiding it down into the center cavity. A little quick press with this hand. You can't go all the way around because the tape is a non-conforming tape. If you try to do too much at a time, you won't get the center stretch down. And you see there's a little wrinkle here at the end, but when I pull it, I'll pull past that wrinkle, and I'm coming to where I started. I'm going to overlap it. If you notice, I overlap it from here to here, about 5-inch overlap. The reason is I press that tape down. With this tape hanging, this big roll, it's difficult for me to cut the end of it off. So what I do is I cut it off right there. I only need about 2-inch overlap, but this last 2 inches is not stretched. I want a nice stretch to it, so I pull it back real gentle, get back to my 2 inches, cut the tape off, and then I press the end of this down with my hand. I'm going to go around all the way one time just with my fingers right in the U-channel of the rim. Make sure there's no little wrinkles right here at the end. Now the sides aren't completely seated, but I'm not too concerned because I'm going to inflate this with a tube. I come over to the valve stem. I take a little knife, just make a little cross where the valve stem is in the tape. I use a round file. I use a downward pushing stroke. I don't want to pull up on it because I don't want to peel the tape off. Now I don't want to enlarge this hole. The Olympic rim has a very small valve stem. I'm trying to make this very light, so I don't want the hole any larger. I'm just cutting that much of it off. And now that's a taping. Now the next step is I'm going to apply a rim strip. What you can do, or what I want you to do, is at this point in time either install a tube, mount a tire, and inflate it to 40 pounds, 35 to 40 pounds, and let it sit for a half hour or a day. We want to press every square inch of this tape down, and the tube will do that. I'm going to do it with a rim strip. Alright, we've got the yellow spoke tape all installed. I'm going to install a rim strip and mount a tire up. What you can do is take a regular tube or the rim strip and install it. Inflate the tire to about 35 to 40 psi. What this is going to do is the air pressure is going to push, and the tube's going to push the rim strip completely flat. The yellow tape we just installed, it's going to press it down really firm. You can go do a ride with the tube in there. I don't really have much time here in the shop, so what I do when I'm doing the wheel sets is I'll just take this same tire, mount it onto the rim, inflate it to 35 or 40 pounds, and let it sit for 15 or 20 minutes until I get the next wheel ready. Whatever the length of time is, just mount it up. I hit it with my air compressor. I just inflate it up to 35 pounds. And this air pressure will push the yellow tape down really firm. Okay, now we've let our tires sit at 35 to 40 pounds for an hour, whatever length of time we did. I'm going to let the air out of it. We're going to take our tire now, let the air out, push it off the little tubeless bench. I'm going to remove this tire, and then we have the small 6-gram valve stem that we're going to put into it. Okay, I'm going to remove my rim strip, take my rim strip back out. Take my small 6-gram valve stem, install it into the hole, right through the yellow tape, and then we're going to tighten this nut down. Just tighten it. This rim traps air pressure so good, most people can run without the rubber rim strip. It depends. I mean, we're using all different kinds of tires. Some tires may burp air pressure easier. They will inflate a little bit harder with just this yellow tape, but you should be able to inflate most of them easily with an air compressor, and most of them with a floor pump. And if you need to, you can always install the rim strip and make them pump up easily with a floor pump.